Hey folks, it's me, Brian, and this is what I'm drinking tonight. I'm having a cocktail called Silk Road, which has Benedictine. Just like my previous video, I'm trying to get rid of this stuff because I'm not the biggest fan of it. So while I had it out, I went on the internet machine and looked up some other Benedictine cocktails, and Silk Road came up. And it looks like it might be a little bit tasty, but who knows? First, we have to build this drink and see what we have. So instead of using that terrible Jennifer gin, Hofflin, I'm actually going to use some real gin, Gordon's this time. Gordon's London Dry Gin. Um, Maybe that will make this particular cocktail stand out a little bit. So the cocktail calls for several ingredients: the gin, the Benedictine, the apricot liqueur, lime juice, sugar syrup, and bitters. So not as many ingredients as my previous cocktail, the Singapore Sling, but a decent amount. And ingredients that I like. I love gin, I love the bitters, I love lime, and I love apricot. So let's build this drink. Let's build this drink, folks. So you start off with about an ounce and a half of the gin. Then a third of an ounce of the Benedictine. Well, let's try to make a third of an ounce with this, which does not have a third of an ounce line in it. So I'm just going to approximate here. Third of an ounce of the apricot brandy, which is delicious, folks. This stuff is hard to find too. Had to go to an ABC store in Virginia to find it. Half an ounce of lime juice. So I'm going to take the second half of that lime that I used in my earlier video and squeeze it. And then third ounce of the sugar syrup. Again, got to do some approximation here. And 2 dashes of the bitters. I won't go overboard. Just 2 dashes. 1, 2. All right. Shake and strain into a coupe glass. See what I have here. So there you have it, a Silk Road. It looks like a lemonade. How's it smell? Lime. You get lime and the apricot liqueur are the main aromas. Let's give it a taste. Prost, my friends. It's interesting. It's a very sweet drink. Um, the the sugar syrup and the apricot liqueur skew it to the sweeter side. In fact, it almost tastes like a last word. It's reminiscent of a last word, which is one of my favorite cocktails. But at the end, on the back end, you can taste that Benedictine and you can taste bitters, which of course you don't have in the last word. It's a decent drink. I mean, if you like sweet cocktails, I think you would like this. Uh, the only thing about it is it has that Benedictine flavor, which takes away from the sweetness. It, like I said, it has that licorice type flavor going on. And bitters is something I think you just have to grow accustomed to because bitters are bitter. You know, they're bitter. Can't put it any other way. Um, and they give a very bittering taste to a cocktail. How would I rate this? Actually, I'm being very generous. I give this about an 82 out of 100 because it's not bad. Now here's the kicker. This would not get me to continue to buy Benedictine. Although this is better than Singapore Sling, I still don't have enough love for the taste of the Benedictine to actually consume it, to purchase it and consume it in other cocktails. Like I said, this is sort of like a last word. I'm good with the last word. I could drink last words till the end of time. And this lime, the sweetness of the apricot liqueur, which is kind of like the maraschino cherry liqueur in a last word, and the herbal aspect of a last word with the chartreuse and the sweetness is kind of replicated with the Benedictine and the sugar syrup. So that's why it's kind of like a last word. So all I need is last words. I don't need Benedictine. I can't remember how much I paid for it, but I wouldn't go out and get more and say, hey, I found a great way to use Benedictine with this Silk Rose, so I'm gonna buy some more. I wouldn't do that. But this is a good cocktail. If you have the ingredients in your house, I recommend you try it out for yourself. It is a good cocktail. It's hard to find some of these ingredients though. Not every liquor store will have Benedictine. Not every liquor store will have apricot liqueur. You will have some cheap apricot brandy. I mean, you'll have Gordon's places and you'll have simple syrup. But the apricot liqueur is probably the hardest thing to find in this cocktail, just like the chartreuse is when you make the last word. So I'm gonna finish this up. It's a decent cocktail, and I'm enjoying it. Just has that just slight bitterness with the bitters and slight licorice-ish taste with the Benedictine at the end. Otherwise, this is a good cocktail. Stay safe, stay sane, and I will see you on the next video.